Yo, people, welcome back to Danny AFC TV. First, as always, with the gossip, the news. We pretty much know Kai Havertz is done to Arsenal. A player I spoke about a year ago, Arda Güler. Wow. Every time I do see any sorts of clips of this kid now, he actually is now looking like he's becoming a star player. This is the number 10 for Fenerbahce. This is a guy that I said 1 year ago, and I will show you and prove to you guys. I can't remember. I don't know how I'm going to find them on my channel because I pretty much do stream every day. I'm pretty consistent. So it's going to be hard to find these streams. But there was a spell last summer where I couldn't stop talking about the young Turkish genius. He wasn't the number 10 then. Obviously, he was hardly even he wasn't a regular for Fenerbahce when I started tracking and watching this kid closely. I haven't seen the goal. I'm gutted that I was actually sort of dozing off watching England. Like, not that I was really watching, I was chasing news, I was on the laptop, I was on my phone. And I've missed watching Turkey and seeing an unbelievable goal from Arda Güler, a guy that I have been literally stalking for about a year. Not as in messaging or nothing dumb like that, but just watching every time I hear he's starting for Fenerbahce or could even have got an under-21 call-up for Turkey. I was there and always trying to catch minutes. So, guys, do get the likes in the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Arda Güler, another list of players. I can only say to myself, Arsenal, why won't you do it? There's so much uncertainty in Turkey, money-wise, financial-wise. I've even heard rumours like Sky TV and certain image and TV rights aren't going to be the same in certain countries over the next couple of seasons, and Turkey was one of them. So, do you know what? It seems to be like in football, again, like the richer clubs are getting richer. Do you know what I mean? Whether it is, of course, the Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, etc. Obviously, you've now got the Saudi League that are going to come and start slapping things out of proportion like from once. And of course, we're going to talk about Thomas Partey tonight, guys. From once anybody is considering, and I love Thomas Partey, I think he's a beast of a midfielder. But 31, considering, and it's something like my guy Yui said today, he's never really finished a season at Arsenal injury-free. Last season, we kind of got a blight on the Thomas Partey injuries, but he lost his legs towards the end of the season. I don't think basically, yes, Thomas Partey is a brilliant player and I'd rather have him than live without him, depending on what we would buy. But I don't know, he lost his legs. Like, again, he's by far the best midfielder we have. Like, he's triple the player Xhaka is, and Leoneni, Lokongas, Jorginho's, and whatever else. Hence why this summer window is going to be so massive, guys. Obviously, we need certain people. We need the Declan Rice done. Lavea, I'm totally down with. This is another guy. A year ago, I would have been speaking. Real ones will remember I was speaking about Lavea when he went to Southampton for £14 million. I was saying, so how come we're interested in Zinnies and Jesus from Man City? Why didn't we complete a deal for Lavea, a guy that I already know is a good midfielder and has been unlucky not to break into the Man City team? True, they've got so many world-class players. Lavea was another player I was talking about before he went to just before he went to Southampton. I was on to this. There's a kid at Man City. I know it's a long shot, but you know, if he's got a relationship with Pep and etc. and etc. Anyway, 2-2s a year later, it looks like we'll have to pay an astronomical fee for Lavea. It's anything between 45 and 55 million pounds. Yes, I still think it'll be a fantastic signing even at that money. But if Arteta is as savvy as like some of these super fans do reckon that he is, like for fuck's sake, why wasn't we signing him from Man City for 14 million pounds? I'll ask you another question, guys, and I want Daniel here, I want Yui, I want Linda, I want all of the real ones, Lie, because I want all the real ones involved on this. Man City allegedly selling 2 right-backs this summer. Kyle Walker allegedly is already in the negotiation stages, or Man City and Bayern are deeply in the negotiation stages regarding Kyle Walker. If you're led to be believed, the other one, Cancelo, Arsenal make an opening bid believed to be the 35 million pound mark sometime at the end of this week. Now, again, Kyle Walker, 31. I'm not saying it is the ideal age to be signing a footballer. But I'm just going to ask a question first of all. So there's going to be a couple of questions. Shouts out to Manny. I definitely want your input on this, guys. Especially you, Manny, all the real ones, Akers, Yui. First couple of questions. Havertz. Cool, signing, 60-65 mil. Would you have rather have Kai Havertz or Conor Gallagher from Chelsea? I'm going to throw another question at you. Xhaka out, Partey out. Is Rice and Lavea enough? if Lukonga was to go, do we actually need a third midfielder? Is there something in Ilkay Gungodon that I have been saying now for a good couple of weeks? I have a feeling maybe even the Declan Rice deal was slowed down, possibly because we were waiting to see. Because listen, I hear it. 3-year deal for a 31-year-old, which I think is a lot. Hence why Man City have only offered Gungodon a 1-year deal. Allegedly, Arsenal will give him a 3-year deal around the money of around 300 grand a week. Astronomical. But again, if Lukonga, Partey, and Xhaka was to go, surely you'd like to think 3 midfielders are coming in. Even though, yes, I do understand Lukonga wasn't really a part of the first team last season. Well, especially the second part when he was at fucking Crystal Palace. Burnley been linked with a loan move for Lukonga, by the way, guys. Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. So question number 1. Even if it was for the same money, 60, 65 million quid, who would have been the better investment? Conor Gallagher or Keir Havertz? That's just question 1 or 2. If Lukonga, Xhaka and Partey, all 3 of them are to leave, is Rice Lavera enough? Could you see something like a Gungodon coming in? Or because Lukonga was a young midfielder, could you see like, I don't know, a young Spanish kid, I don't know, can't think of a name at the top of my head, a young midfielder coming through, maybe that Celta Vigo midfielder, Gabriel Viega, it sounds like Viagra, Vega, something like that. I don't know, because surely if it's 3 midfielders in, 3 midfielders out, I'd like to think it's 3 midfielders in. You don't want to leave yourself, let's say, well, less equipped to deal with a title charge or Champions League, etc., a running FA Cup or a Caravan Cup next season. But shout out to all the real ones in the video right now. Listen to me. So, Gallagher, Havertz, who is the better footballer? Who would have been the better investment for Arsenal? Is it the right thing? Xhaka Partey, it's almost looking like it's nailed on that these 2 guys could be leaving. Is this the right move for the club? Listen, if it brings me Rice Lavea, I do actually say yes. Just them 2 for them 2, I say all day long. Do you know what I mean? I get it. You'd have to have a little Jorginho, El Neni, probably someone a little bit better, really. I don't know. Maybe a third midfielder. Ilkay Gungodon just keeps ringing bells to me. It just keeps smashing out the smells of Arsenal Football Club and a 300 grand deal, which I could probably see happening. So, guys, Arda Güler, allegedly he could be stolen, and I will say stolen, from Turkey and Fenerbahce for £20 million. Guys, I would take £20 million out of any transfer window and go and get Arda Güler immediately. Right, let's start from the top. Good evening, Luca. Good evening, Danny, AFC TV. What's going on, Lee Akers? The big man is in the building. Will we have it and Rice done this week? I couldn't tell you about Rice. My suspicion is with Rice, bros. He's finished with England now. I reckon he's literally washing his fucking good old English bollocks off, and he's going to jump on a plane straight back to England, gather his belongings, and he's straight out on holiday because pre-season starts in literally 3 weeks' time for most clubs. So I reckon he's going to go out on holiday for a good 2 weeks and then come back and do certain things then. So, honestly, I can't see Declan Rice getting done this week. I reckon he goes straight out on holiday. Unless Arsenal is fast and we've agreed something with West Ham. Nope. I reckon Havertz will be done this week, though. What is going on, my real one? Leave it, Dan. He's 18. Oh, Lavea? Oh, Güler? Bruv, what do you mean leave it? He's a fantastic... Lavea's 19, bruv. Are you going to risk your central midfield around a 19-year-old next year? Even with Declan Rice? What do you think about Lavea at 19 years old? I was screaming about him the whole time. I was screaming about Arda Güler, Lee Akers. I've been screaming about Romeo Lavea. And why didn't Arsenal sign him for 14 mil? If you do remember, that was 100%. I cut my fucking finger. I've been onto this Arda Güler for a long, long time. Arda for president! Yes! You mate, loving it. Hello, everyone. Danielson! I've had Arda shits. I've heard maybe Arda is shit. Nah, bruvs. He's not, you know, bruvs. I know you weren't the biggest Ozil fan, but I rate him as good as Ozil almost already, bruvs. Do you know what I mean? I reckon he's as good as Ozil already. He's got everything to become even better than Ozil, especially as like a goal-scoring threat, as that almost perfect number 10, the role between 10 and 9. In fact, I think he's a 10 and 9 rolled into one. All right, let's look at players that I think, honestly, are a little bit similar in the way they play. Arturo Martinez at Inter Milan. I wouldn't know sometimes if he's best as a 9 or a 10. This is where Arda Güler is going to be even better because he's more lethal. He's going to be more just potent, lethal. He's going to be more direct. He's a brave kid, bruv. He's a fantastic footballer, and I've been speaking about him for 1 year. Romeo Lavea, he's had 1 year Premier League experience now. I was screaming his name before he did join Southampton for £14 million. Nketiah got out of it. I wish. Now, Yui did bring something to my attention earlier, which I hope is true. Allegedly, our American owners would like to see the next great American kid be at Arsenal. Will let it be an Austin Trusty or the kid at Valencia, the midfielder, or who knows? Contrary to what I've been putting out on YouTube over the last few weeks, I've been saying Balogun will definitely leave. Well, according to my guy UE and one of his close associates and friends, allegedly at boardroom level, there could be a chance that there's a reference put in for Florent Balogun, and definitely from an angle and a place where he never thought a reference was going to come from. Basically, I'm hoping it's true. The owners might kind of say, "Listen, he's American. We're American. World Cup coming up. We want the kid to stay in it." And if Arteta is overpowered on that one, I say fuck him. I will honestly say I take my hat off to that American, y'all, and fucking fuck off Eddie Nketiah. Seriously, do it right now. Do footballers get paid? Fantastic. Evening, Danny boy. 7 up for England. Yep. And fuck England. 3 for Saka, bros. Especially that second goal. Brilliant, bros. I know it was only North Macedonia, but who knows? Well, not who knows. North Macedonia fucked Italy off out of the last World Cup or European Championships, no? So I know they're shit, but you know what I mean? There's levels out here. But Saka, hat-trick, they all count, huh? Brilliant. The T-Man is in the building. Yo, 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 yo. And big up all in the chat. Right, guys, you'll remember, I've been, honestly, as you all know, Liekers will say, UE has already openly said, I've been talking about Arda Güler for over a year. This kid is not even long-term 18. I wonder why Arsenal Football Club haven't done a deal. I'm going to get into today's news, guys, as I did start a little bit later today, as we all have probably noticed. Both are awful, don't they? Who? Sorry, Gallagher and Havertz, because I've asked a couple of questions. Arda Güler, who are we talking about? I'd rather Pulisic than Havertz. No way. See, again, bruvs, no. Then again, the owners might. He is American, y'all. And hey, y'all. But again, Word on Road is they want about $40 million for this guy. $40 million? That's a lot of fucking bread, y'all. Shit, Lee, because you want to be breaking bread like that, y'all? Pulisic, $40 million, y'all? Shit. Havertz 24, I don't know. All right, what about, as I said, Havertz or Gallagher then? Gallagher is a player I like at Chelsea. He gave me a little reminder of his little talents when he come on for England tonight. Very energetic, very direct. Needs to obviously, yeah, he needs a lot of work done on his final ball, his final finish, whatever. But he's a young kid. I wouldn't have actually, it wouldn't have been a signing I'd have been angry at from Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? What's he, 21, 22? And that's what I think I said on the group today. I goes, guys, surely this would be more likely. Shouts out to Manny on this one. I says, if Arsenal feel they can steal a march on Man City by giving him over. Oh, by the way, it's similar money he's been offered by Man City with a 1-year deal with with an option of a second year. So before I read Manny's comment, basically I think what he's saying is Arsenal can offer him whatever astronomical money they like, but probably with 2 years guaranteed with the option of a third. That would be a little bit more security for Arsenal, because paying someone 300 grand a week, even though he's had 2 amazing seasons, I don't know. Like, what was his first 3 seasons like at Man City? I'm not so fucking sure. I can't remember them. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't have been that fucking good as when he first touched Man City. But anyway, I'd sooner give him a 2-year deal with the option of a third. Gungodon is a magnificent. You know what? I think he might head back to Germany instead. We need Jorginho to stay now. Well, bro, it depends how greedy he is as a footballer. Obviously, he could go to Saudi. He will have numerous offers from Saudi. In fact, I've already heard he has got numerous offers. Thomas Partey, obviously, been an ever one. Wilfred Zaha. We know they're coming out of everywhere, mate, and it hasn't stopped yet. Do you know what I mean? If it's a footballing decision, bro, he stays at Man City or could continue at Arsenal. At Barcelona, yes, it could be somewhere where he's probably always wanted to play. A lot of people have a fascination to play for Barcelona. I don't think they'll be able to stretch to anything like what Arsenal could pay him. Like, even if they could pay him 100 grand a week, and I'm not saying that's nothing to be sniffed at, I'd fucking chop your dick off for 100 grand a week. But I don't know if he's going to accept nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? If he wanted to accept like similar terms to what he's on, which is meant to be about 178 or 188,000 pounds a week at Man City, he's been offered similar terms. So him and his kids ain't going to starve over the next few years, whatever happens. Like he's on good money, and he can get that for one more season at City. My suspicion is he might be greedy. He might want 2 to 3 years at Arsenal on even more money. I've been saying this to everyone, and I still kind of believe in it. Do you know what I mean? Especially if Conga, Party, and Exaka are all to be leaving the fucking club. When I get home, I'll jump in. Shouts out to you, team, my big man. Make sure you double tap that motherfucking like button, bros. Well done, Saka, tonight. Absolutely. Last England player to score a hat trick, obviously been Phil Walcott. I did hear the commentator say that. Would the last England player before that have been Ian Wright? And did he do that against San Marino? Or am I totally buzzing? Did Ian Wright get a hat-trick for England? I know he didn't get many caps, maybe fucking 20, 30 at the most. But did he get a hat-trick against San Marino one evening, his old Ian Wright? Jean RB is on the way. 30 minutes into... No, it's not 30 minutes in, of course, because I didn't start at 10 p.m. I just see it say half past on my phone. We ain't getting rice. But I'm not truly convinced on it. But again, we are still chewing the arse off of West Ham. I've spoke to that kid, the young little podcaster. Like, do you know what I mean? Who knows? I might end up doing a little YouTube stream with him. He's adamant on what he's still telling me the same as yesterday. Mate, you're nowhere near what we want. You will do it in add-ons and hard-ons and whatever, and you've tried to add players involved. But mate, the player that we might have wanted from you, from his understanding, is we're not having it, or we can't get the right valuation. So I would imagine it could be someone like a Neil Smith Rowe. But West Ham are saying, like, give us 75, 80 mil and give us Rowe. And we're kind of like, well, no, because we rate Rowe at 45. So we think we should give you 65 mil and Rowe. And I think West Ham are like, no, you're fucking buzzing, mate. So unless I've been fed a whole lot of shit, from the way I've been told it again is like, so then if there's no player, blah, 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 West Ham have asked for £100 million, like without breaking sweat. It's like £100 million, mate. Do you know what I mean? Fuck it. We'll forget that 120 silly talk. Do you know what I mean? 100 million cash, go for it. And apparently Arsenal are still, as we are, Monday night, 10 or half 10 or whatever, and we're still no nearer kind of putting a conclusion on this £100 million deal. If the Declan Rice deal is to be done, and I reckon we are going to get there very slowly and eventually, but I reckon, and here's my biggest nightmare is, I reckon he'll be back in the UK tomorrow after international duty, and I reckon he'll jet back out within 24 hours, because pre-season starts in literally just under 3 weeks' time, guys. So at whatever club he's going to be at. So I think he was going to go on holiday. So I think it's actually going to be prolonged for another couple of weeks, if you want the fucking honest truth. Do you know what I mean? No matter how many people have said, we've agreed personal terms, we've agreed this, we've agreed fuck all with the club. And that's first and foremost what you got to do, no? I'll take your point regarding Gallagher. I'm quite surprised that he went on to play 45 games last season compared to Havertz's 47. There you go. 47. Gallagher has been a better midfielder than Havertz has been a striker. He has been a better midfielder. Also, I can point out to a magnificent loan season that he had at Crystal Palace under the guidance of Patrick Vieira. And Patrick Vieira absolutely adored him. And I'm sure Patrick Vieira does have a hold or got a good idea of what a good midfielder is, even though it kind of turned a little touch sour for him at the end at Crystal Palace. I'd still, if Patrick Vieira to say to me, damn, that midfielder there is shit hot. And I was a manager, obviously, clearly, of any club. And Vieira to tap me on the shoulder and say, bruvs, he's a fucking good midfielder. I'd trust Patrick Vieira, do you know what I mean? And I think Vieira was pretty instrumental in getting a bit of that work rate out of him and trying to basically make him know tough love. I think he was giving him a bit of tough love, Conor Gallagher. Like, yeah, bro, it's an assist. Well done last week. You even scored. Brilliant. You can do so much more, though. And I think he was always on his back. And it'd have been interesting. Obviously, they had got him permanently around. I think they bid about 27 mil after the loan deal come to an end. But yes, Conor Gallagher. Has anyone else got any thoughts on that? Like, I don't know. What would Chelsea have honestly have asked? I don't think they would have put up a straight not for sale sign. I honestly believe most people at Chelsea, unless, you know what I mean, not the Enzo Fernandez is, probably not Fofana, it's probably not a couple of the fullbacks, whatever. But even down to the goalkeeper, Mendy, most motherfuckers are available from Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? As they have about 40 players there. They can sell 10. Still bringing 3 or 4 to top up Pochettino and a couple of the players that he wants to put a stamp on it and make his own club or his own team, sorry. But they can still comfortably sell 10 players like the Ziyechs, Pulisic, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, Havertz, Mason Mount. There's a lot of talent there. Chabloa, or whatever you call him, the defender. Chabloa. Just call him Blower. There's a lot of players there, and it's going to be amazing. There's a left back who was on loan at like Sheffield United. He's Dutch or something. I can't remember his name. They've asked for 22 million from the club that's coming up from the Championship. Like 22 million. I've never heard of him. He's a Dutch left back. Like Chelsea make absolutely amazing money through their academy kids. Whether it's Havertz, all right, cool. If they break nearly even on Havertz with a few years of service, it's not going to break their heart. Pochettino ain't going to really give a fuck too much. Neither is the new owners because they didn't buy Havertz. They'll probably like to think they can get as much money back on him. Of course, due to Arsenal, they will. Which I'm not totally dead against, but then again, I think about it. Hold on, what if you could have got Conor Gallagher at 65, 70 mil? I'd have paid an extra 5, 10 mil for Conor Gallagher, I think. He's 21 years old. He is banging down that door on the international scene. I think with the right guidance, I'm not sure Arteta is that guy, but with the right guidance, I think Conor Gallagher needs to decide his perfect position, and then he can carry on. And well, not saying he ain't, but you know what I mean. Become even better. Like, are you attacking midfielder? Are you a straight number 6, number 8? Are you that central midfield guy? Do you want to be a winger? Are you a 10? Do you know what I mean? And I think you'll soon even see that kid develop even more. Arda scored a peach tonight against Wales, but Wales were down to 10 men and were lambs to the slaughter. I get you, bros, but you still have to be in it to win it. England won 7-0 tonight, bros, and it was against someone, a nation I couldn't name you any of their fucking players, North Macedonia, but they stopped Italy from going to the European Championships, you know what I mean? They can't be all that fucking terrible. Yes, we will, Lee. What did Lee say? We ain't getting rice. Yes, we will, Lee. Daniel, bet you money we won't. Can we also chill on Saka praise? I could score a hat-trick against North Macedonia. Again, I was sort of saying something similar. Bit harsh, but yeah, I get ya. Hattie for Saka. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lee, how much? I really do believe Arsenal will be a gooner. I think it means Rice will be a gooner. So Lee, how much? Like, what is it? What are you asking in there? How much do you believe Declan is worth? Again, bros, they want 100 mil. A player is only worth what a club is willing to fucking pay. If nobody actually came in for Rice at the end of the window, say there's 3 days left of this transfer window, and astonishingly, there was no bids for Declan Rice. Like, does West Ham shit themselves and lower the price to 70 million, knowing that now the clock is definitely ticking? Because on the next window, he has 18 months. The next window, it's 12, 6, free transfer. So West Ham, you'd like to think, wouldn't be too cocky in this and say, do you know what, all right, cool, 85, 90 mil, he's given us years of service, we probably got him for like 50 quid. Who did they buy him from, West Ham? Did he come through the academy? They come through Chelsea's academy. Anyway, they probably got him from a Derby then for about 150 grand. Who knows? Or 1.5 mil. Don't actually know. Interesting. What I do know is, though, it's astronomical money for a guy that doesn't really score, doesn't really assist, isn't really like that flash player. You know, like, what's a flash player? A flash player. I don't know. Well, a Saka, a flash player. He's just a very bang normal midfielder, but he does do the job, I'm not going to lie, exceptionally well. I couldn't give a fuck if he's English, French, Norwegian, or fucking Japanese. Again, though, I reckon that kind of increases the valuation if you want the truth. And without me going into it too much more, I'll get into a few more comments. I want to get to bits of the news of today, as Danny AFC TV knows it. So, guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. About 25 minutes into the video. Jean RB, my brother, my RB. How are you, my G? Oh, what's up with the haters? What's up, my brother? Yo, you good? No, I haven't put you on live in case you was having a rant. Do you want me to put you live? I bought my ticket for Nuremberg. Hold on. No, you do? Did you say you do? Yeah, go on then. Yeah, you can do that. What was you going to say? Do you want to be on loudspeaker, sorry? Yeah, hold on. Let's get Lee on loudspeaker. Lee Akers has got something to say to us, all people. Go on, Lee.
What I want to say,
Yeah. Go on, Lee. The mic is all yours, darling.
What I want to say is, Linda, you know nothing about football.
Oh dear.
Stick to the kitchen. And also.
Yep. What's he going to say?
And also, Daniel Hay.
Yep.
We're giving me that score, mate, because Rice, he's not coming to Arsenal.
Daniel, he's going to be giving you a score. Rice ain't coming Arsenal. That's exclusive from the Lee Acres. Cam is joining the chat. Lee, I'll get straight back to you after the live. Love you, my brother. And John RB is going Nuremberg versus Arsenal. I'm going to pick for Nuremberg Arsenal today. Nice one, Jean RB. Shouts out to Leah Acres as always. Superstar of the channel. Absolute real one. Right, bought my ticket from that, bruvs. Brilliant. How much was that, bruvs? I'm sure you'd have got that at a decent price. Fantastic news, bruvs. Go on. I love that, bruvs. Proper pre-season vibe, man. Send me some nice videos on that. Now that the international is finished, no excuse now for Arsenal to sign. They will be, bruvs. He's going to jet back into Heathrow tomorrow, pack his bags, get his fucking deodorant and his lovely cologne, and he's off to 18:30 Club at Bitfar. He's off out of it, bruvs. He's going on holiday. It's 3 weeks before pre-season friendly, mate. Before, pre-season starts. So, mate, do you know what? For me, Havertz signs this week. Declan Rice goes on holiday. And it will be one of them ones. Declan is available to come back at any time to sign potential deals. But at this moment, nothing is concrete. He's on holiday with his fiancée, his wife, his whatever. I don't see it happening very quickly, mate. We're going to stall it out. It's going to be prolonged. Daniel here in the 8th. We've had a score bet, yeah? Right, West Ham can have Smith Rowe. He's not played many games, gets injured easily, and ain't as good as people think. Now, the problem is, I believe he probably is as good as people think. But now, with the Vieira, with Odegaard, and now with Keir Havertz, bruv, he's going to have literally, I reckon, that much of a chance to play next season. Unless it's League Cup and FA Cup. Like, we're not going to risk, there's going to be no Europa League games away at Dundalk, is there? So he ain't going to play no fucking none of them because it's going to be Champions League football. And even if it's Ike Athens could very well kick the fuck out of us. Do you know what I mean? With all respect. So, therefore, I don't think Emil Smith-Rowe gets league minutes. He gets Champions League football next season. Cam, I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard Arsenal are willing to sell him, but they want a buyback clause. And some teams are absolutely not biting on how we, again, like you're saying, how Arsenal overvalue him. Apparently, we're after things like 45 mil, and clubs are like, raw, we'll give you 15s. Do you know what I mean? So, if we're only going to get offered muggy money like 15 million, I see Smith-Rowe staying. Where the fuck he gets minutes with Vieira, Odegaard, attacking midfielders, Keir Havertz coming in now. He ain't going to be coming in at 68 mil, 65 mil, bros. And looking to be playing second fiddle to Emil Smith-Rowe with all fucking respect. I agree with you though. If like the best thing for Emil Smith-Rowe, honestly, is I say like you know what I mean, Arsenal and West Ham, like because I think he could bang, but then again they got Lucas Paqueta. I don't know. There's got to be a club like I don't want to say Wolves. They're a bit shit. They've even lost their Ruben and everyone that's going Saudi. Party going Saudi. Glasgow Celtic, he'd be a fucking. He would literally score 15 goals out there and get 20 assists. I reckon 15 goals, 20 assists for Brendan Rodgers next season. But that ain't gonna happen because they couldn't finance it. Unless he goes on a morale boosting loan to fucking Celtic. Hey, what do you think about that? We come, hey, fucking we loaned to Celtic. I think she's let it out of the bag. I forgot about that. You did say that, innit? You've been saying it for a minute. Win the league. I hope I'm wrong as well. You have been saying this. The last time Chelsea had no European commitment was the season when Antonio Conte was there. And they actually did go on to win the Premier League. Very interesting, Linda. Right. You don't see Man City pissing around for Jack Grealish. Nah. They probably didn't want to put down 100 million down for him at that time as well. But boy, they had to win it. And they got it signed, sealed, and delivered. Well, there you go, bruvs. And even though very different player, and yes, all hands on heart, I could see why you would pay 100 million quicker for Grealish than you would for Declan Rice. If this is our number one target, why aren't we doing it? But then again, wasn't our target in January Moses Caicedo? and now we don't even want him. Like, sorry, I'm either stupid or fucking I'm missing something here. Like, did we ever want Mikhailo Mudrak? Why did we negotiate for 8 months for the Mikhailo Mudrak? Why did we pester Brighton knowing they were trying to go for European football? Why did we try and bid 65 and then allegedly 65 with add-ons bringing it to just over 70 million, whatever the exact bid was in January? Imagine they'd have said, sweet Arsenal, we'll do this deal right now. Arsenal would have shit themselves and fucking probably done a U-turn and fucking backed out of the bid. Or just said, sweet, we'll wing the money over now and just don't wing the money over and don't send the money over. I don't get it. That shows how much you know, get in the kitchen. Well, again, mate, I think Chelsea are going to struggle, honestly, to probably get top 4. But let's just imagine Pochettino gets 1 or 2, 3 good players that he likes. By the way, the right back situation at Man City, what are they going for Hakimi? Why is Kyle Walker talking to Bayern Munich, and why are we probably going to get Cancelo? Another quick question for you guys: Kyle Walker or Cancelo? Who would you actually rather? If it was Kyle Walker at 10 million quid or Cancelo at 35? I know Walker's 31. He's still springy fast. I don't know. Has he lost a bit of his want for trophies and that? I don't believe so. Every time you hear him talking, he seems as hungry as ever. But Pep started dropping him. I don't know. I think I'd rather Kyle Walker than Cancelo, honestly. If you're gonna, if one 31-year-old's good enough for you, Gungodon, you know what I mean? Perhaps I take Walker over Cancelo. Cancelo's a liability waiting to happen, man. And I'm not really looking forward to having Zinni running down the left, invertedly, Cancelo running down the right, invertedly, and I don't know, teams like Man City, Liverpool, possibly even Chelsea kicking the fucking fuck out of us. Back to Chelsea for a hot second, and like that English talent, Maduka, like imagine the time they signed 28 players in a fucking month or something. They've now got an English talent called Maduka coming through, who I think looks like a fucking scary little product. But again, at Chelsea, because of so many millions of pounds worth of talent, it's going to be hard to see him shining through. But you know what? He looks like a fucking good player. Maybe he'll pop up at this England Under-21 World Cup. I reckon if Emil Smith Rowe done well at it and anyone bid for him, I reckon Arsenal would sell him and maybe insist on a buyback clause. After not Spurs, Poch has a point to prove. But without European commitments as well, like I'm just saying, Chelsea have actually done it before with no European commitments, and I don't think they were really fancied to win the league that season either. He's never won a trophy. No, he hasn't actually, really. He hasn't. Even in France, didn't he fuck everything up there? He just about won the league. Or did he come in and it was already won? I can't remember. They got no Europa. They got no. I don't think they have. They've got no European commitments. I don't think Chelsea. No, guys, they've got no European commitments next season, have they? No, they are too far behind. I do get it, Lee. But then again, Lee, if you were to name the 1 to 11, even from the fuckers that are still left there now, hand on heart, Lee, I think you would agree that there's still a good 11 there. It just needs a massively good manager, and probably. Let's say Pochettino is blessed with 4 players, and I think Chelsea can easily finance 4 players, financial fair play or not. Mate, a defender, a midfielder, a winger, a striker. Pochettino, then that'll be 4 of his own players. He's already said Kepa will continue in goal, which I think is a bit of a weird one. Mendy looked like so much of a better keeper. I know he went mad for a little spell, but I don't know how he's suddenly being bombed out of the club, but that's Chelsea's problem, I suppose. That's my point, Lee. Maybe he's going to show them. Maybe he is. I pretty much doubt it. Stranger things have happened, and who knows? Yuri, why'd you in the live? What is Yuri sending us? Arda Galera, 18. Insane goal. Oh, God, it was beautiful. That's my guy. Go on, UE. Get in alive, man. Right, where are we? You never know the kitchen. Shush. Right, Cancelo. Now that Party is leaving, it makes more sense to sign Sassedo, offer Brighton 90 million, job done. I reckon they take 80 mil for him, mate. I reckon because there hasn't been a stampede, and I've heard something to the line of Chelsea do rate Sassedo, but they wouldn't pay over 70 mil for him. If reports like that are true, why aren't we trying to just smack in a quick 75 and see what happens? And then that suddenly would actually show West Ham like, hold on, shit. They're switching their attention. We're not even getting that 100 million for Rice no more. Because if Arsenal ain't going to bid that 100 million and no one else is kind of mug us off for Rice, it makes me wonder how many teams actually want or can afford Declan Rice. I'm sure a lot of teams would want him. I'm sure Liverpool would want him. But clearly there's a finance situation going on at Liverpool. Bellingham, 88 mil, they couldn't stretch to that. And they coveted him for a very long time. Interesting. I'm sure they all wanted Ruben Neves. But obviously, again, 42 mil and a lot of millions in wages. Probably not going to happen. Craig, I totally fucking agree, though. And it would wake up West Ham. But then, what if then we get into a position where we've negotiated with West Ham say, all right, 95's cool, we've bid 75 for the other one, and now we're like, fuck, we've got to drop one of them out. We actually can't afford, do you know what I mean? Like about 160, 170 million all in for these two players in one gulp. Not taken into account, Havertz is on his way for about 65, 68 mil. I think it is finances. I think if something could happen with Partey and Xhaka quickly, I reckon that would actually help us get our transfers out a lot quicker. Remember, there's wages as well, man. People like Partey earn in excess of 200 grand a week. And Xhaka's on, what is he on? About 130, 150 a week, Xhaka? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck was that about? What did she do? I haven't noticed. What's she up to? I'll have you find Linda puts on a good spread. I love you, Linda. Find Linda puts on a good spread. Is that a fact? It was a joke. I'm used to these comments. I do like being in the kitchen. Linda loves my comments. Feel down the road. Fucking damn right. Damn right. Certain man actually taking it serious. It's banner time, guys. It's that 10 p.m. Danny AFC TV time. Guys, please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we happen to be new this evening. Lee, you should come to the village. Tea, biscuits. At Mr. Carnage, I do believe that on the right management and coaching staff, bang. I think we're going to talk about ESR here. He'll realize the potential, and Daniel Milsmith won't play in the Champions League unless it's a dead rubber. No, if we don't qualify, possibly, but that's what I'm saying, mate. Because of the risk of all that, I doubt he gets any minutes in any Champions League football. Just real talk. That's just my feeling. Then there's also Vieira. What's he going to do with Vieira in his second season? I'm sure he's going to give him minutes. And Kai Havertz, I'm sure he's going to command some minutes as a 10 and as a number 9. I'm sure he's going to be there as the jack of all trades, opposed to having one fixed position. Because if Havertz has got one fixed position, or if Arteta's got one fixed position in role for this motherfucker, I'd love to know what it is, because I can't see it. It's not screaming at me right now. 10, 9, yeah? I can't see 8. I don't really see him as a winger, but we shall see. We shall fucking see what the genius Arteta has up his sleeve for Kai Havertz. May take it that Aston Villa could move him to an Smith Rowe and we'll do a good job with him and get the best out of him. He's going to be back this summer, money-wise. Who's he got? He's got Buendia. He's still got Coutinho as well. They're probably decent earners for a club. I'm not saying they can't afford more. I'm saying they're probably like near the top of what Aston Villa's top earners are. I'm not saying the Watkins or maybe one or two others, the Brazilian that signed a new deal, the midfielder, etc. But I don't know. How much would they give us for him? I think 30, 35 mil, you have to honestly consider selling the player. As Cam said, he didn't get no minutes last season. Even when he was back from injury, he got no minutes, literally not even off the bench any minutes. So with someone else that also plays his position, Care Havertz, and I actually do think Care Havertz is best as a number 10. I do think he is the link role, especially when he was at Bayer Leverkusen, where he first caught my eye as a footballer and was smashing things. That was certainly as a number 10 in Germany with Bayer Leverkusen. So for me, Care Havertz's best position is in number 10. Guys, please get at me in the comments if you don't agree. Conor Gallagher or Care Havertz, who would have been the better signing from Chelsea? Arda Güler. Look at his stunning goal tonight. He's 18 years old. I've been speaking about this kid for over a year. No one fuck with me. Over a year. He wasn't even the number 10. He's just been given the number 10 a few months ago by Fenerbahce. I've been talking about him well before he got given the number 10 shirt. Manny, I can see him doing well under Emre Villa. Oh, how? At Newcastle. Yes. But they want Madison. How much of a downgrade, let's be honest, is Emil Smith-Rowe and Madison? Could Howell do it? That's quite good, Cam. And Manny. I think obviously Villa was obvious. Sorry, the Emre link. Sorry, Manny. Eddie Howe. Emil Smith-Rowe. He has been getting bits out of Willock. Newcastle have got money. How about the English core? They need to fill that. I reckon Newcastle should give us 35 mil and grab Emil Smith-Rowe immediately. I think it makes sense for all parties around. DH. Hello, everyone. Who's DH? Good evening. Please be getting a like on the video, Mr. DH or Mrs. DH. Do be subscribing as you are new. If you've never invited me there, I said to Dan, I want to go to the village when he was there. We'll get there, bros. We'll pop down. Good evening, DH. How are you, my brother or sister? Please be getting a massive like on the video and do be subscribing as we new. Harvey Barnes. He is in my notes for today. Allegedly is the subject of an offer. Who has actually offered for Harvey Barnes? It's West Ham. West Ham have allegedly bid between 25 and 30 million pounds for Harvey Barnes. Arsenal and Tottenham are monitoring the situation. Leicester will promptly refuse this offer and are holding out for closer, which I didn't think was that bad for Leicester. I thought £40 million seemed rather reasonable for Harvey Barnes. This is Leicester City. They're the team that got 80 million for Maguire. They got 70, 75 for Riyad Mahrez, I do believe. They know how to get money back on their players. They come with Dan when he gets his stuff. I'll go. I'll take over the village within an hour. Lee, I'll take over a village in 10 minutes. Jesus. I scared it in 5. I scared the whole village in 5 minutes, guys. But there you go. But please, again, be getting the likes on the video. Guys, Kyle Walker or Cancelo, if you're doing business in Man City once again and you have to take one of their right backs or you're going to buy one of their right backs, I say Kyle Walker over Cancelo. This inverted fuckery. Who would you rather have got from Chelsea? Would it have been Conor Gallagher? Would it have been Care Havertz? With Xhaka party out, will Rice and Lavea do? Is that like... It is a massive upgrade for me, so that's even actually a ridiculous question to ask. Rice Lavea is a massive upgrade for me. Then Xhaka party. Lavea is young, yes, I get it, but Rice should be able to comfortably take Lavea under his wing if the deal is done. Sorry, right? If Walker signs, then that's definitely the end of Benny Blanco's England career. I just don't know what Arteta would want. And he might want to sign Walker so that no one else does. I don't think so, bros. And allegedly, they're very deeply in negotiations, them and Bayern Munich. And Walker has kind of said he's up for the deal. Like, he will go to Bayern. It's an opportunity for him to get reasonably far in the Champions League every year. They will be in the Champions League every year. And for as many years as he's there, he'll probably win the title every year. And probably a couple of German Cups. It's up to him how adventurous he is. Does he really want to go to Germany? Does he see his future in Germany, mate? That's pretty much the simple answer to that one. I'll take Kyle Walker immediately over Cancelo. That's what I'm saying, though. No, I don't agree. With which of it, mate? I'll take maybe 3 players from Chelsea. Only one starts for us. I'll take McCallum Woodruff from Chelsea. Who are you talking about? Time for my bed. Good night. Coutinho is on his way out. This is confirmed. Is he, yeah? Interesting. I've not seen that. Arsenal bid for Justin Timber, Ajax defender. Justin Timber, 30 million bid right back and can play centre back. This is the Ajax guy. He's a centre back predominantly, but he, allegedly can play right back. Why did Ten Hag not want him, I wonder? Why does that guy scare me? Justin Timber, he's the Ajax centre back, I do believe. It's simple. Keep Tierney at left back. Play Zinni as a midfielder. It's not rocket science, is it? Motherfucker, you've just got a point. We're losing our left-footed midfielder, allegedly Granit Xhaka. If Lokonga goes as well, Partey goes as well, Zinni's a fourth midfielder. Absolutely fantastic, Craig. I think Zinni could be the fourth midfielder. Let's walk through this. Rice, Lavea, and then Zinni, El Neni, or Jorginho if times are hard. League Cups and whatever. Rice and Lavea probably start the season together. If Lavea was fucking around or not playing as well as he should do, perhaps Zinni gets a chance because he does love that left foot, right foot bullshit, whether it's centre backs and blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Subscribe, brother. Thank you so much, Mr. DH. You are the top man of the evening, the man of the match. That's interesting, Craig. As we're hearing over the last 28, 48 hours, KT is looking more and more likely that he's going to stay at the club. There possibly even could be a year extension to his deal. I think that's just going to be a way of saying thank you and here's a slight wage increase, obviously. Like 20% with inflation. Do you care what I mean, eh? I'm 20% with inflation, eh? So, yeah, stranger things have happened. And, yeah, KT staying. Filling in at left back. Zinni going into the midfield. If anything goes wrong there, Zinni obviously the left-footed. Yeah, I actually could possibly see this happening. Who's this one? Francisco J. Timber to Arsenal done. Really? Please get a like on the video, Francisco, sorry, hold on, let me just get that right. Francisco, porco dio, mi grande mi cazzo. Who is the source? My very good friend just here says it as well. Kimber done, 30 million, yeah? Ajax centre back, can play right back, yes? This is definitely the Ajax centre back. I definitely know this kid. He's about 22, I think. How old is he? Ajax centre back, 22, I reckon. Thank you so much, DH. Man, you're all 1 in a million. Every subscriber to me is a fucking superstar. Thank you so much, my people. Please share the content, get it around to a friend. Who knows? My crazy fuck you attitude and my general overall style. Who knows? It might appeal to some people. But what I can promise you is with me, the knowledge is absolutely fucking second to none. And I won't bring you down a bullshit lies of, yes, Sasado, the bid is prepared. If anything goes wrong with Rice, listen, them YouTubers just idiots, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, big up myself on that one. I've been right on so many things. I remember being right on Ben White having COVID, and that was a long time ago. But that was Sky Sports don't even have that. Ridiculous. I've had so many things that, like, I think, why does people not notice my channel a lot more when I've had things fucking spot on? Do you know what I mean? Thank you, DH, so much. Right, big breaking news. Declan Rice wants to win the Premier League and sees Man City as the only option. That says it all. Is that truthful, bruvs? Is that truthful, my friend? I'm not so sure that's gone around. As far as I've always been led to believe, he's definitely a Londoner and he wants to stay in London and he was happy staying signing for Arsenal, or he would not have been upset going back to his boyhood team Chelsea either. Guys, as I said, it wouldn't surprise me. We haven't been able to. We've choked on the £100 million deal, and the way I see it is, we're not going to pay £100 million for Declan Rice. Like, I don't think we'd pay £100 million. If Vinny Jr. was available tomorrow, I don't think, honestly, even if we agreed to pay 130 with add-ons, I don't believe Arsenal. 100 million, there's on the table. Hold that. We'll be back and give you some more. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's any football on earth I think Arsenal will do that for. Do you know what I mean? We wouldn't have done it 10 years ago for Ronaldo or Messi. So there's nothing to suggest that these owners will actually spend £100 million on Declan Rice. I reckon if we can get him 60, 70, 80 mil with add-ons, I reckon this deal would still be alive. But there's no fucking prayer the Arsenal Football Club are going to sit down, £100 million. Oh, David Gold, Sullivan. Oh, sorry, one of them's gone in it. God bless their souls. But anyway, you, get here, son. 100, have it. There's a fucking mil, 20, 80, 90, 95. 100 mil. Go fuck off. Bring me my fucking product. You bring me my Declan. It's just not going to work like that, is it? Arsenal ain't going to do that. Bravs, I hate these guys that play right back, left back, centre back, and also defensive midfielder. It sounds like Jacob Awori with a tiny little Corey. It sounds like that Jacob dude. Guys, looks like Lego Man is going to spend pure cash this summer. He has to win the Premier League or Champions League next season or done. He ain't winning shit. He ain't winning shit. I'll tell you that from now, bros. And I don't think he's going to spend pure money. Bro, I read out a team last night. Yeah, I thought, all right, I don't know how I brought in £150 million in player sales. Oh, I do actually. Balogun 25, Emil Smith Rowe 30, Party 35, Lokonga 10, Holding 5, Mari 5, Austin Trusty 5, Tomiyasu 10, Exaka 15. All right, that's how I raised 150. And then I went on to spend about 380. I think that would be a net spend, obviously, of about 230. The players I brought in, I kept with the theme of Havertz, Cancelo, Levea, Rice, Victor Roque, Rafinha, and I wanted a second right back because why did I want a second right back? Yeah, because White is my bitch for Saliba, Jacob is the bitch for Gabriel, 2 left backs, Zinni, Tierney, so I needed 2 right backs, and it was going to be Cancelo. I was thinking Norton Cuffy from the academy, but I think I signed Tyrick Lamptey for a bargain, 18 million from Brighton. Let me work that out again. 75 mil, Rafinha, 95 with 95, 195 with my man, 250 with Lavea, 280 with Sasado, 293 with 335 with Havertz. That still gives you 65 mil to fucking add in Kameninga. Look at this for a transfer window. And this would cost you about 380 cash money, I reckon, give or take. 65 mil Havertz, 30 mil Sasado, 50 mil Lavea, 100 mil Rice, 35 mil Victor Roque, Brazilian kid, Athletic Palmeiras, 75 million Rafinha, Barcelona, 20 million Tyrick Lamptey, 65 million pound Kameninga. Altogether, that's a 380 million pound net spend. You get rid of Emil Smith Rowe, Balogun, Thomas Partey, Lokonga, Exaka, Tomiyasu, Tavares, Mari, Holding, all to about 150 mil. You'd still be spending, give or take, few agent fees and blah, blah, blah. You'd still be spending on the 250 million. That there for me, that squad there for fucking me, will win the fucking league and the Champions. I don't know about the Champions League, but they'll win the league title next season. Bros, Rafinha, do you know what? Rafinha, I still get pissed off with his assists and his goals sometimes, but the ball sticks to him like glue. And sometimes you need them players just to run with a ball, fucking take all the attention, and suddenly he gives it. The Odegaard, he looks up quick, bang, into a Jesus, or I'd like to think of Balogun or someone that can score. In that mammoth amount of spending money, I didn't sign a fucking striker. But then again, Victor Roque did come in and Rafinha come in. Rafinha would provide extra goals, and Victor Roque is a striker. He's 18. He is the Brazilian kid from Athletic Palmeiras. Right, just because Rice is a Londoner doesn't mean anything. If Man City want you, you're going to be... And, bros, as I said, they can offer Calvin Phillips and about 65, 70 million on top. I did say it's very possible, but I just know the guy's preference. Like, bros, I'm so sorry for Declan having a preference. That's all it is. His preference is to be in London, bros. He's a Londoner, but, bros, they're all millionaires, bros. I'm sure he can get a train, a helicopter, or just drive his brand new Mercedes down the M1 or whatever to London every evening if he likes. Do you know what I mean? Right, so London does club foundation guarantees over year in, year out. Possibly though, when there's Rodri's around and the way he gets a bit erratic is, oh, look what he done to Calvin Phillips. I don't know, he doesn't go in next season and plays 15 games. I'd piss myself. If Rice went Man City next season and played 15 league games, I would utterly piss my bollocks. Like my balls would drop to the floor in ruptures of look, my balls have dropped off. it would be nutty like that. Do you know what I mean? It would be fucking fruity. Guys, please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. What is our final thoughts of this evening? Is Care Havertz on the way? I think this is a big fat yes. Cancelo, I can see us starting to negotiate for the Man City right back soon. Guys, I would rather take Kyle Walker all day long from Man City. Like, I reckon it'll be a lot cheaper fee. Yes, he's 31. He's the better defender. For me, he still hasn't actually lost that pace. I reckon you get two very good seasons out of Kyle Walker. At 10 million quid, I reckon it's a bargain. 5 million a season for a guy that's experienced, has won everything, England international, and has marked people like Mbappe and various left wingers out of the game many times on European nights for Man City. Rice might as well sign for Tottenham then, as both clubs don't have ambition. Well, he ain't going to quite do that, bro. It's the same way he isn't quite going to stay at West Ham for 250 a week, like Sullivan or Gould, whoever remains out of the two, sorry. Offset, we offered him 250 250 grand a week 18 months ago. Bro, he doesn't want to stay at West Ham. Let's not be silly about it. His preference was Arsenal Football Club and Chelsea, bro. That's the two teams he wanted to play for. Arsenal are doing well. He knows, he believes in what Arteta is doing. He knows he would be a first team player. He knows that Man City life wouldn't be as comfortable for him. And maybe he fancied that comfortable life at Arsenal. Who the fuck knows, mate? But I'm not saying he doesn't start for Man City. I'm just saying he's got a lot more difficult life to stay in Man City's team than he does in Arsenal's. I reckon Rice is a clever individual than you would imagine, bro. He ain't going to go and do a Calvin Phillips to himself and not really see football again for the next season or two. I don't think he's that fucking stupid. He's a clever geezer, is Declan Rice, bro. Trust me. Agree on Walker over Cancelo. Just hope Bayern don't get him first. I'm sure they will, bros. I'm sure if we're any interest again, bros. We're friends with Man City. We're friends with Guardiola. Pep is like their best friends. It's a whole load of big hugs and kisses. What's my man Manny saying? I just like and link. Shouts out to you, Manny, though. Thank you, as always, for your ears and your presence in the stream. It's always an honor to have you here. Same as Craig, same as UE, same as Liakers, as Daniel here, as Jean RB, same as Linda, same as Phil Mitchell, all of the real ones on the channel, man. Same as Cam, sorry. Anyone I forget, guys, don't get offended. I'm human. I forget names. So, guys, please, I'm going to we've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to get into some bits of news today, as I haven't really done it. Balogun, right. Does the American owners want our American young prodigy to stay? This here will be music to my ears. Party to Saudi. We're hearing 35 mil. We're hearing 45 mil. It's incredible numbers for Thomas Partey, guys. Yes, I think this would be a great deal. Arsenal. Hold on, sorry. Arsenal are hoping Bayern Munich step in for Granit Xhaka, as they've only got a £13 million bid from Leverkusen, which seems to have gone cold as we talk at this very moment. Havertz, 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons, 55 mil plus 8 million add-ons. Guys, I'm sure it will come out over the next 48 hours exactly what we're paying for the Chelsea and German international. Romeo Lavea, £40 million. I'm hearing plus 12 million in add-ons, £50 million cash, blah, blah, blah. 2-2s. Romeo Lavea has been heavily linked to Arsenal. Cancelo talks will take place at the end of this week. Arsenal hoping to get a bargain £30 million deal done for the Man City right back. Austin Trusty is on his way to Glasgow Rangers for anything between 2.5 and £5 million, possibly with some add-ons and hard-ons as well. KT U-turn, I spoke about this last night. Kieran Tierney is looking more likely that he's going to stay with Arsenal Football Club. Burnley have made a loan offer for Lokonga. Arsenal, again, I'm sure would rather money, cash, blah, blah, blah. But then again, we never do get the money for our players, do we? They all go out on loan, release them. Pepe will get released, do you know what I mean? Marquinhos, he's another guy that could end up going out on loan next season. He's the young Brazilian that we paid £3 million for last year. Norwich took him last season. Norwich are also in the hunt for him again this year round. Moussa Diaby, it seems like Leverkusen will accept £60 million for the French winger. Arsenal and Newcastle allegedly at the front of the race, trying to get this guy tied, signed, sealed, and delivered. Guys, what happens to people like Balogun, Tavares, Enwari, Patino? I reckon Patino will be sold, possibly with a buyback clause. Well, that's what's definitely been alleged. Saliba's due back in the country in the next 48 hours. He will put pen to paper on his new Arsenal deal. Gungodon, as we all know, Premier League news. Gungodon has been offered a 1-year deal at Man City on similar money to what he already earns with the option of 1 more year. Is that good enough for the German midfielder? Arsenal allegedly are waiting in the wings. 300 grand a week, 3-year deal. As me and Manny would say, we would much rather prefer it be a 2-year deal with a 1-year option. West Ham have allegedly paid £25 million for Harvey Barnes. Leicester say £40 million and it's job done. Guys, would you pay £40 million for Harvey Barnes? I do like the look of him. He's fast, he's skillful, he's pretty direct. Definitely not the end product though. Could Arsenal bring out the best in a winger like Harvey Barnes? How old is Harvey Barnes? Liverpool Football Club. I have no idea what I've written there. Sorry, it's not Liverpool. It's Leicester. Leicester City Football Club. Castagna. Talks of Arsenal and Juventus still ongoing. And a couple of questions which I've already asked you tonight, guys. Would it have been Havertz or Gallagher? Havertz or Mason Mount? Would it be Kyle Walker or Cancelo from Man City? If it was to be like 2 midfielders in, 2 midfielders out, if it was Xhaka party out, would you be happy with Rice and Lavea? They were the questions of today. If it was to be Rice and Xhaka out, would you be happy with Rice, Lavea? Havertz, is he the new Robin van Persie? Pretty much don't think so. Would you have rathered Mason Mount over him? Or perhaps another player from Chelsea, Conor Gallagher? And who would you have rathered at the right-back position for Man City? Kyle Walker or Cancelo? And just before I did go live, Federico Chiesa, again, I did say we tried to get Federico Chiesa on loan from Juventus on deadline day last January. Apparently, he's available for £40 million this summer. Shouts out to all the real ones. Shouts out to Arda Güler. What a goal, even though it was against a battered Wales team and their manager's going to get sacked soon. And Gareth Bale has retired. Ramsey's shit. And you've had your time, Wales. We're going to sign Havertz and Man United will probably sign Mbappe or Neymar. Bro, again, I've heard this and it's a very good source. Ten Hag is fuming. They're not in the race for Rice. And who else was it? Kane, Osimhen. Apparently, he's getting quite agitated. Apparently, Man United are more interested in trying to sell the club this summer than recruiting in the correct players for Ten Hag. It is Eric Ten Hag, isn't it? So things are not looking all rosy at Man United. Real talk. We'll see if the board are serious about keeping Balogun. If it's good for PR, another American, it wouldn't be bad, I guess. I think it's fantastic news if it could ever be true. Shouts out to UE on that. Because that there honestly is a new one on me. I haven't heard this from any other sources, but my source is Mr. Yui that jumps onto this stream. And if he's ever right, wow, I take my hat off. And a round of applause. It wouldn't surprise me Yui being right, absolutely at all. But I just think Arteta's going to try and dig his heels in. And he'll be like, nope, Nketiah's my guy, 100 grand a week, blah, blah, blah. What I do know is from the Florin Balogun camp, though, yep, he will not have another loan. And he doesn't want to be a bit part player. Just saw the go again. Saka. Trust me. It's beautiful, isn't it? He's a great player, bruvs. Trust me. When I say we'll look out for a player, bruvs, they're fucking talented. Trust me. I actually thought this was a joke until I saw Osimhen tweet. I've never heard of this Timber. Seriously, this football club is a joke. No, bruvs, I've actually heard bundles about it. Bruvs, no one's told me. I've even confirmed it. He's an Ajax defender. I haven't touched my phone, bruvs. He's an Ajax defender, predominantly a centre back. He can play right back. My suspicion is though, when they were doing really well a few seasons ago, that's when he was really getting hyped. I'm wondering what's happened to him over the last season or two. Because I'm pretty sure just before Ten Hag went there, he was banging on that season that they were flying in the Champions League. He's been around for 2-3 years consistently for Ajax. The last 3 years, he's been a regular in their team. And I wonder what's happened the last season or so. But then again, Ajax have had a dreadful season this year in Holland. They haven't even won the league. Inverted right back. To be inverted right back. Is he better than Cancelo, bruvs? Anyone from Holland scares me. But I don't want Cancelo. I'd rather Kyle Walker than Cancelo. Naturally, we stay for just 2-3 more minutes as Yui jumps back in. I take Walker over Cancelo, bros. This Timber was looking brilliant 3 years ago, bros. What has actually happened to him over the last season or two? That's what I'm going to ask about this Timber. For me, predominantly he's a right back who can play centre back. I do get scared when I'm out here and then they can play centre back, centre midfield, defensive mid. Them kind of guys do, honestly, legit scare the absolute freaking life out of me. But I don't know. He is the right age. I don't know if he actually gets into the Holland team no more. I don't believe he does. I think he's been benched quite a lot. Pretty sure he is much. Timber 22, Havertz 24, Tilda 23, Laverne 19. I love it. They are all fantastic ages. I do take that. It still wouldn't represent the greatest window for me. One more star would have to be in there, and I mean a really big star, a Rafinha. Moussa Diaby would be a good age, 23. He could easily be the next Nicolas Pepe. On that bombshell, though, guys, you're a fucking superhero. Shouts out to, was it DH, our newest subscriber. I'm going to go confirm his name. Yep, DH's name was. Shouts out to you, my brother. We'll award you the man of the match for being new. Shouts out to someone else. There was another new name, Francesco. Don't know if you subscribed there, but porco dio, I hope you did. Guys, on that note, I'm going to get out of it. I will be back tomorrow as usual, 10 p.m. live. Timber 22, Havertz 24, Tilda 23, Laverne 19. I'm loving it. Timber is a good quality centre back who has been benched because, Koeman prefers a back four to a back five. His tactics are awful, though. Holland are dire. So I'll take it, legit and Van Dijk, legit, and Van Dijk are the centre-backs then. All right, so why doesn't he get in at right back? Are they playing Malashea, the guy that's at, what's his name? Malacia, the prick that's at Man U? He plays right back over him, though. That isn't a brilliant sign, I'll be honest with you, because that Malacia or whatever, he definitely plays for Holland. I've seen him play the last couple of games. Malacia or whatever his name is. So that isn't a good look. So Timber doesn't excite me. I'm not going to lie and start making it up. I'll go and have a look at this Timber news, and I'll go and have a little sneak preview of his last few months in Holland. Fuck me, I forgot about Dumfries, of course. And Ake are the fullbacks. Of course they are. And Belind is better than Ake. I don't know. I think Ake has come into his own. And I think he's been doing really well at Man City for the last 12 months. Left back and centre back. I think Ake has actually come into his own, bros. I think he's doing all right. I think he's better than Emma Kanjay's and all that turned up at Man City in January. Do you know what I mean? But when the level's above everyone, it didn't really affect him. I think Kanjay looks a bit fucking normal to me. But Dumfries, of course, yep. And of course, Ake, yeah. It's not a bad defence. Dumfries, Ake, legit, Van Dijk. That's a fucking good defence, isn't it? Anyway, and the other centre half is a bloke named... Yes, we've all heard of this motherfucker, of course. And there's another one, Garvado, but he's not Dutch, though. What's Yui said on the group before I disappear? Guys, please be getting a massive big like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm here, bruv. You'll follow my comments, family. What? I'm airing the comments. I'm here, bruv. You're well far behind under the comments. Let me just I was well behind. I was clicking the link you said ages ago. Saka's reply. Go on, Saka. But guys, that is it though. Van Dijk has been dreadful. He needs to have the captain take away from him. Bruvs, everyone is human. Van Dijk's an exceptional defender. He'll sort himself out, bruvs. Do you know what he should do? Take himself to Arsenal and play alongside William Saliba. They'll be fucking delightful together. See you soon, Danny boy. Take care. Need another watch along soon. Most definitely, bruvs. What's the best coming up, bruvs? Choose something, bruvs. Make a date for Danny ASE TV and Manny to do our thing in harmony, as we always do, bruvs. So please let me know the next opportunity. If it is a pre-season friendly, I'm all down, whether it's Arsenal, Nuremberg, if there's an international coming up. Bruvs, even if there's a late night one. Brazil versus Peru. Let's cover it, bruvs. 2 a.m. in the morning. Me and fucking you. Guys, peace out. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And I'll catch you tomorrow, real ones. Shouts out to Manny, Yui, all the real ones in the chat. Pounds, the Gemmas, the Lindas, the everyone's in it. The Lee Akerses, the WBs, the Uis, the... all of you. The St. Jumas, Community Shield. Community Shield, we can do that. Man City, Arsenal, we can do that. But if there's something nearer, bros, I want to cover something, bros. I know there must be some Brazilian football or something right now. Independente versus someone. I'll find the next fucking Martinelli, bros. Watch me and you do a Brazilian fucking watch along. I'll pull out a fucking a left back that's better than any Lucas at fucking 25. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. In Arda Galera, I trust. Good night, people. See you tomorrow on it. But Arsenal, please, Lavea, Rice, let's start doing these deals. Give up Cancelo, even if it is a fucking timber. Carl Walker would be better. Just saying.